BetBoom. I will slightly edge to Fnatic for no other reason than I just think they're going to have a better system in place.
Okay.
I just got to believe, like you said, like the power of BlameF. I think outside is a position where he can control the game.
Especially if you think back to like his complexity days, that's the kind of like one of the trademark BlameF, performances on this map was, with complexity, just controlling outside, aggressing outside, and just winning everything. And I think even yesterday, this was the map where the analysts actually criticized BB Team.
Yes.
In just the sense of your first gun rounds were both, it was I think the words were literally the first gun round was an upper pop, the second gun round was a delayed upper pop.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes for a BB Team as they get into the action. It's going to be Magnachez kicking things off. Nock and Crims fighting back between one another, and Body making sure the Fnatic stay ahead. It's just Zorte left alone. He's crawling outside. All of his teammates are gone, and so once everything has gone quiet, Matthew starts to consider the fact that he could be down hell, he could be around this area, and now he's spotted out Zorte. He got the instant headshot. Just protected through that metal, so Zorte doesn't go down immediately.
Yeah, it's a bummer. If you're Zorte, you're like, I got this cool position. Maybe if I find a nice timing and hit a nice shot, I can have a chance at it, a 1v2 with plenty of time on the clock, and that first bullet just hits you in the dome, and that's where you're like, oh, I just lost.
Yeah,
now I can't win.
That's it, really.
Yeah.
And for BlameF, it is probably a very strange career experience for him, where he was the star player of Epsilon, when he was really the standout player there. Then he went to Heroic, he was a star there. Then he got picked up by Jason Liquid. He's building the Juggernaut. We thought when he said he was building a Juggernaut, I didn't realize he meant
he was going to actually pick up a Juggernaut.
Yeah, and that project was pretty exciting, and then obviously the online era started, and he missed out on what could have been a really cool project and getting to play in a complexity facility, etc. And then it just, Astralis just didn't make sense, man. It just didn't work out at all. So I think he's probably had a very frustrating career where he knows he's capable of much more, but has never really been able to achieve what the skill level is capable of getting.
Yeah, but on the same sense, I mean, it is, it is admirable in a way where you get dropped from Astralis, and you realize at that point you're probably going to have to descend like kind of back down to a team who's rebuilding, like a tier 2, tier 1.5 team, and try and help them get back to it. So if he's able to have that success, I think the hard thing for not hard for BlameF necessarily, but I think he gets a lot of eyeballs on his particular play and decision making. Obviously, with the whole conversation that's been going on for years, and his entire style gets very much picked apart and nitpicked by some of the community. But he's still a beast.
Yeah, certainly one of those.
No one, whatever criticism you levy, you can't really deny that guy's an absolute animal inside the server.
Yeah, 4 years of being in the top 20 on HLTV. One major. Still can't believe that. BB Team, 3v4. They've at least got BlameF, but you wouldn't imagine they're going to be able to manage much more out of this round. Should be a nice 2-0 start for Fnatic.
That Deagle outside's got some danger to it. It's a Blaze, so you know it's going to connect.
Yeah, that is true. They connect more often than any other skin. Not this time. Mostly in the hands of Nico.
I mean, look, it's a trend. It's not a miracle.
Not science.
Yeah.
2-0 start there for Fnatic. Money's in the bank now for BB Team. Now we'll see if they go for an upper pop.
Come in with the same game plan.
Please call Yanko and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, wake him up. Wake him up, clip the round.
Hey, Yanko, just wanted to wake you up to show you this. It's not a nightmare, it's this, reality.
This upper pop, history's repeating itself.
Dude, I think it would be sick. They just did it right now.
Possible.
Outside smoke stuff. Well, 1, 2, and 3. So they all line up outside. Siren applying pressure towards Hut.
Tell you what, Fnatic's very happy it's not an upper pop, because a missed Molotov towards Hut might have been a disaster. Hit on top of the silos, it didn't actually spread to the choke point, so it would have been an opportunity. Crossing over, Magnachez takes tons of damage, down to 28, and a good drop from Body, although very loud. Very loud, a boost up, and BlameF is dropped.
Yeah, frustrating back-to-back rounds here for BlameF. First to go down in round 2 and now 3.
And look how many resources Fnatic have down here. There's 3 players. They left the upper bomb site. It's 3 players in secret. And that's a very bold attempt to get the entry.
That's an FPL player. That's what he's used to making.
But look at what the complete evacuation has caused. You have to save if you're Fnatic. Body's not coming back up the vents.
Bomb has been planted.
They were so convinced it was more than just one committed to secret. So first round on the board for the Nafany-led team. And really nothing to it. Just kind of like, oh, no one's fighting us. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, they'll take that kind of round as their first gun run. It's going to allow the T's to build up quite a bit of cash. They're going to make sure they don't escape with everything.
That's one of those rounds where you look at it, and in my head, I'm like, I wonder if that's like a miscommunication, or if they just made like such a took a big risk and made an assumption that BB team was going to bring forces to secret. But you had, I mean, player at the control stairs, player at the decon stairs, and then one in vents.
It's a great shot from Zorte. Just spotted the head of the map and reacted very quickly. And a timeout for Fnatic, so a little bit rattled early. We just want to address that problem before it becomes a consistent factor. Also, looking to figure out what kind of buy they can get here, because 2 players save weapons. They had a bit of cash left over, so they can certainly drop at least 1 rifle. But Blamef has to go to an MP9. Crim's yet to buy.
Well, we had that big conversation about Blamef and how much of a beast he is outside, and he's gotten wrecked back-to-back rounds with no impact.
Yeah, it's just going to have a frustrating time, at least in the first few rounds here. And he's got to just play with a deagle. So they've gone for the economic, well, the conservative economic approach. They could have invested,
wow,
but Body's taking a very good buy.
He's taking a lot of damage in that Molotov. And going to take quite a risk, knowing that he has one of the only powerful weapons.
We've got a player down secret here for BB team.
And you know, now that I think about it and just watched that rotation, it just kind of triggered my brain a little bit. That last round, the drop down vents from Body was very loud, which I think is what prompted the walkout of the upper bomb site. Maybe they would have brought forces to secret if they hadn't heard the elephant stomping in the vents.
There's Magnajes to drop Mattis, and the commitment into the upper bomb site is here for BB team. Body and Crim's doing what they can. Siren making sure it's a quick headshot right on the back of Knock. But Fnatic are keeping these numbers even in some strange way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to save the AK-47 on Body, and I think Blamef is, I would imagine, I thought he was going to go down to the lower bomb site to try and recover that weapon. Body has dropped an AK-47 down in secret.
He's juggling as well.
Bringing it over to Crims, who's going to try and work his way into Big Garage at the end of the day, so a little bit closer for him.
Look at that. AK delivery service by Body.
It's very American. Okay, Blamef, get you one. There we go. Body shots onto Siren, cleans up the low HP. Nafany and Zorte gonna back off. They're all good. Nafany's got his team tied up in the early stages, and Crims is not gonna get that AK-47.
Body barely surviving as well. 5 HP, but at least that AK-47 does live for another day, but all that juggling was for nothing. AWP coming out for Knock. Been a month in Fnatic. Love to see some great results here with him at the RMRs. It's always going to be difficult when you look at some of the teams in this competition, but if Knock starts to step up, we know that he could be a massive difference maker. Fnatic going for a second timeout this early into the game.
Yeah, I don't think they've been happy with how these rounds have played out. A couple times where they feel like the pressure is going to come towards secret, and it's actually towards the upper bomb site. Now, the second time around, they only had the 2 saved rifles to work with, so not a whole lot of stopping power across the team. But definitely something that Keto wants to address. You can see how vocal he's being throughout this timeout, the only one having any words to share. And as it comes to a close, they lock back in, scoot closer to the PC, 2-2. And you have the op out in the hands of Knock. Plenty of utility for this defensive side, and Fnatic's going to run it back.
And Zorte's got his op as well. So they can get that op battle nice and early. Gonna leap behind Red, but Magnachez nearly getting down, but Buddy makes sure that there is no player down secret early doors here for BB Team.
And they gotta be, oh, that's weird. That's an odd timing. Good job for Mattis, though, to get it down, and Siren doesn't want to commit all the way out. But I think Fnatic's gonna be so pleased they get that kill on the cross, because that player getting down towards secret has been a huge weapon for BB Team that's allowing them to exploit the map in the first 2 gun rounds that they win. This time they don't have that advantage. Got to play a more standard affair. Alp is left outside at red box to go for a pick to see if Blame F is going to be wandering into the open in Big Garage or by Credit. And now over towards Ramp Room. Knock gives away presence of the Alp while Crims lies in support.
Only 30 seconds left. BB Team now committed in towards the upper bomb site, and Mattis is ready to go. Takes out the first target in Siren, but look at this. Chiron coming back in. 20 seconds left. Blame F. Oh, he can catch the bomb, and now Nafany is in a position of failure because he can't get to the bomb site. He can't get that back, and even Crims has locked him away from any save call. So 3-2 for Fnatic, back into the lead off the back of their timeout, and money sent back to the half-buy territory here for BB Team.
Yeah, maybe not even that. Actually, maybe it just has to end up being a force buy. Maybe the losing bonus isn't quite there. Yeah, Chiron going to pick up the Galil, drop it over to a teammate. So they're going to scrape together what they can. I talked about this on Ancient in the previous matchup. You know, all the maps have their kind of low or half buy, you know, kind of pocket strats that everyone's got to be able to execute. Upper bust, obviously, potentially likely here. Looking like they want to do it on the timing. Opening util. Wait out these initial salvo of defensive counter utility. And then they'll pull the trigger. Two teams have played 3 times this year. BetBoom winning at the Yala Compass in a best-of-1. BetBoom winning in a best-of-3 at Sky Sports Masters. And Fnatic winning in a best-of-1 way back at the PGL Major European RMR Group A. So deja vu.
Yeah, I mean, there's these 2 teams obviously going to be playing at a pretty similar level, attending the same tournaments. A little bit of back and forth, and Crims.
Recent matchup was back in June, though.
You know, Crims waiting at the bottom of the ramp, and here comes Siren over the top. Crims, great work as he tries to spin back. Couldn't quite muster up a second offering onto Zorte. 25 seconds low, and BB Team stay committed towards the lower bomb site. They got to get that bomb planted. And with Zorte going down, bomb is in a tough position now, covered off by a lot of obstacles, so they just got to play for kills and try and get that one back. Blameat forced away by the Molotov, but if they can stop the plant from going down, the round is done.
Damn.
But Nafany secures it. Magnachez hops into the vent, but BlameF doubles up, and this would be a 1v3 for BlameF. Magnachez moving forward. BlameF gets that info and blasts half of his health away, but he does not drop Magnachez in that first time of asking. Waits and repositions. Magnachez runs him down. He chooses the aggressive option, and BlameF punishes. 4-2 scoreline for Fnatic, picked up off the back of Mr. Bremer.
BlameF was down there the entire round. I mean, he was down there over in control windows when Crims got traded off, right? I think he just couldn't really find a clean fight, just trying to hold on to the position. Couldn't really get involved in this kind of a battle as they're below him. All of his teammates are falling around him, and BlameF is just kind of trying to be patient and wait and find an advantageous fight, ends up winning the 1v3. Funnily enough, Magnias being very aggressive in this situation, choosing to swing and fight after that flash, thinking Blame F is going to be closer to the bomb, but a good win.
Yeah, that's a huge clutch. It happens so quickly you don't even realize it's a 1v3 because he gets those doubles off the rafters, so really good work from Fnatic. And here goes Magnichez just charging through, but his teammates trying to get out through Hut, they just get cancelled out by utility.
It's 2 rounds in a row. BB Team was really lining up with the idea of that upper bust.
Not too successful.
Yeah, couldn't get it clean. Krim's dropping a Molotov. As the smoke expires, it gives him a window of opportunity to slide into the bomb site. That's a decent nade. Chunks down Nafty and Zorte. And he doesn't want the fight. Man advantage. No reason to go down in ramp room, but once again, the lower bomb site is a point of danger. Those Tech-9's going to swarm over towards control. And now they need to get out and into the bomb site, but 2 players over in Decon and Knock going to start thinning the herd.
Knock definitely thinning the herd, culling BB Team in quick succession. It's just Siren left. He'll attempt to come back through the ramp, but at this kind of range with a Tech-9, it isn't going to work out for him. Blame F just blasts him to the back of the wall. And it's now 5-2 as Fnatic starting to grab control of this game. The T side for BB Team ain't looking that clean, and a timeout is required because they don't have enough money to feel super comfortable here. They're not going to have all the utility they want. They're not even going to have all the weapons they want. So yeah, definitely time to sit back and figure things out.
Look at those pajama pants.
Yeah, Zorte's always walking around in those, and
That's legit.
I do get kind of jealous of how comfortable he always looks.
He does look very comfortable.
And he always just has this, he always plays with sleeves, and I don't really understand how you can be that good and play with sleeve chasing. Like, normal sleeves, they're not gamer sleeves. It's
you're not a sleeve person?
Sleeve gaming feels weird. It just adds like an inconsistent friction on the mouse pad.
Maybe he wears the same long sleeve shirt in every game.
That's true. That could
Maybe he's just so used to the friction
That's
now
true.
that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you've got a point there, Jason.
Oh, upper bust again.
Oh, would you believe it? Can you believe it? Good damage done to the back of the bomb site here on Natus. Same result though. Upper bust does not work.
Natus is like, man, I was the target for all 5 players.
Bro.
And everyone else got the kills, but they were all hunting me the whole time.
If they keep coming at Natus this much, he's gonna eventually his mouse pad's gonna disintegrate with the amount of times he has to move his mouse on it. It's not gonna work out too well for him. That thing must have just like new diseases ready to be unleashed. Like if something goes airborne off of that thing, man, that's a whole new problem.
The next pandemic is gonna come from Mattis's mouse pad.
Patient zero, Mattis. Be careful. Maybe that's how Bro got Brovid. He got a lot of damage being done to Magnajez, who's...
I like this from Fnatic though. They've kind of BB Team has run like 2 upper busts. They postured for one, in the round before that as well. But this time they're like, we put a stop to that. It hasn't been a danger, so let's go outside and blame F. Well, here and to the right, wanted to find a timing to slide forward, put his team at a disadvantage now. 4v5 for Fnatic's defense. And a lot of control outside. Body can't peek, and he will. 2 easy openings for BB Team provided by Fnatic players.
Oh, Matt is making a move. In the lobby, through the hut, straight to the head of Nafany. He's worried about getting wrapped around here. Mattis got a second out of it. Chiron to hit the deck. 35 seconds remaining. 3 versus 2 as Fnatic down a member. Crim's looking to clear outside to try and draw that back, but they hear that bomb going down now within the bomb side, and they've got a decision to make. Do they go for it? They've got money left over, but it's a tough situation here. Nok has to come in from heaven, and Crim still has a long way to go. So it does not look like a retake is even a possibility or a thought in their head. So a save coming in. BB Team will get their 3rd round victory.
Exit kills would be great if Crims can find any. If they evacuate back towards Big Garage. Got a nice deep angle as they turn that corner, but over towards T-spawn we go. So everyone's going to get out safely. And BB Team's going to be at 3. I mean, really, that's just, at the end of the day, that's just too easy for them to find those opening kills. The Blame F push is a risk. Body goes for a peek to get information, to see what's happening, to try and make up for the information they no longer have outside, and he's picked off by the off. Good patience from Sorte.
Mattis does everything required of him, right? He gets 2 out of it. He realizes he can't just sit back in the ball, so he plays aggressive into the hut. He gets a second as he comes back out of hut. Just not enough done for the rest of his squad to make that a round victory for Fnatic. Essential, though, the BB team get an extra round there on the board as they get deeper into this half.
Still such good money on Fnatic, though, is the hard part. BB Team allowed the economy to grow way too much for this CT side. It's really tough for them to grind it down. Even out of this round, there's going to be a decent enough buy for Fnatic to get back to their winning ways. And this has been the recipe for BB Team. Not so much the upper bus, but that player over towards Secret that's pulling this defense apart. Body doesn't swing too wide. 9 bullets means he only has the ammunition for 1 kill. Blame F with an all-important trade and survival. Meanwhile, Crims adds 1 on top of it, so defense holds strong. Like Magnez has to make an aggressive play out towards CT red box.
Didn't work, and now 22 HP Siren has in front of him an impossible 1v3, so he's just gonna back away, save that AK, and back to normal proceedings, really. Fnatic got Blame F back on the board again. 10 and 5. I mean, it has been, I think it's been like a quiet 10 and 5 for Blame F. Obviously, 3 of those coming in from a 1v3 clutch in the B bomb site.
The 1v3 was nice. This double kill is nice, but yeah, other than that, it's been those scattered like individual kills here and there.
Yeah, I think he's had a number of frustrating rounds outside. I think he's died 3 times outside without a kill.
I mean, outside of that clutch, there really hasn't been a whole lot of big rounds in this game,
No.
right? Like some of these rounds haven't entirely been close, and it seems like whichever team's winning it, it's a pretty convincing affair. And Siren with low HP, yeah, just tucked behind the boxes. So it'll be 7-3 going into round 11. Over on the other stream, we've got Falcons taking on Saw.
Don't you dare spoil that, Jason.
I ain't saying a word.
Everyone is waiting for that game.
Counter-terrorists win.
But that is a game going on over on the A stream. Coverage brought to you by Jackie and Vince and the panel of Richard Lewis, Das Murray, and Maui Snake.
Maui Snake.
He's back.
He is back.
Second time out for Team BB or BB Team. If you got the Boys Brigade in America, is that a thing?
I myself have never heard of it.
No?
It could be a thing.
It's like a BB camp. It's like, so if you're, I didn't go to it, but a lot of young people will go to this camp called the Boys Brigade.
Okay, it sounds creepy. What do they do at this camp?
Just learn skills, I imagine, you know, like camping.
Survival skills?
Yeah.
Okay, we have the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but I think it's more religious.
Equally creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Don't send your children there. I was
2 rounds left in this first half.
Yeah, I think with Nafny on the glue, everybody, well, and Jorta as well, you can see just some of the weaknesses BB Team have had throughout this, but they've called a timeout to try and adjust just to get that 1 extra round. If they get a 4th here for BB Team.
Honestly, I kind of like this call too, because most of this half, when they've done this secret cross, it's really just been Magnez coming down and one player sort of just establishing presence. And now you're actually sending some forces there so you can be aggressive about it, take some space, trade some kills, try and get into that lower bomb site. Nothing else has worked. Upper bus hasn't really worked. Going towards ramp room hasn't netted you a whole lot of success. Being able to exploit secret is where they got their gun rounds early. Still a chance for BB Team to make this a solid half. Good spot from Body, gets away. He's going to be ready for this door, swing it open, but he's out in the open. No cover whatsoever. Good job from Magnez grabbing Blame F outside. Good job in the lower sight. Bomb going down, and Fnatic have to save.
Yeah, great.
3 versus 5. You ain't making that retake happen, and you still got cash to work with for the last round. So BB Team able to snatch away a win towards the end of the half.
There's a great entry power from BB Team when they go explosive on the lower bomb site. The save's important. A lot of money on the back of Nox, so he can drop in. Crims can also drop the likes of BlameF and Body. So they'll have plenty of money. If Crims doesn't shoot his teammate, you know, be careful. Oh, why are you doing that for? You must have said something nasty to him, Jason.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of love.
It's a little bit of trolling.
It's a love tap.
Alright, drops coming in. CT side will have a goodbye. Great work from McNatur's outside. BlameF getting caught again at the garage. And this is the highlight of the round. The Crims headshot on Nox.
Блядь.
Crims is still having fun.
Yeah.
All these years later.
You love to see it.
Nafny's had a rough old half individually. 1 kill so far in the first half of play. But he won't care if his teammates get a 5th round of
You know,
play.
I was going to say, if he gets to 5, I won't care either. Here's the upper execute into a lower drop down the vents. At least one player's made it. That's Siren. The rest are following up. The bomb is going to be there as well. Fnatic is still convinced this is the upper bomb site.
Nox.
2 kills come out. Yeah, Nox got to do everything, though. He's the only one here. He doesn't realize how close Siren is.
Magnature is clearing out Mattis at Heaven, and yeah, that's the problem. Siren is so close. But Nox, oh, he's got to read now. His teammate rotating down. Crims gets blasted away, so Nox has to step up again. Tech 9 to the window, but just can't get that low HP player. And BBT managed 5 rounds on the T side of Nuke. I think they're going to be very happy with that, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, 5 rounds without winning the pistol. So you talked about Nafny having his 1-9 scoreline at the end of the half. Still, the fact that he's able to call his team into 5 rounds in that kind of a situation, got to say good job in terms of his tactical contributions to the half. So Fnatic will switch over to the T side. We'll see what they can bring to the table. At this point, I feel like Crims should just have his own snus line.
Yeah, he is the one player that gets caught doing it the most, isn't he? Like,
he just doesn't care,
yeah.
which is like fair play.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, bro, get some branding going on. You know, there's a business
You'd buy it.
opportunity here. I would definitely buy it.
Don't,
But, you know,
don't
just to
start
have it.
everyone at home, of course. Do not start. just to be clear.
Just to throw that one out there into the world.
For legal reasons.
One cheeseball, one door.
On den.
Ja stavar nice.
Nice high five.
Yes.
Oh, really good high five.
That was good.
I liked
That
the
was
sound of
that was satisfying.
That made me feel
if I
really
wasn't
happy.
like 10 meters away from you, Jason, I'd give you a high five as well.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could deliver one as good as that, though.
You just the trick is to always look at the other.
Look at the
person's
elbow,
Yeah. Once you do that, you usually have a pretty solid connection. I want to high five Gangster someday. Here comes Zortite out through the smoke and main. Attack to the upper bomb site from Fnatic. 1-for-1, Madison Siren. Clan coming in now, though. And that's at least securing a 4th spot to go into the 2nd round for Fnatic. Looking like that's what they're going to have to rely on with another kill from Chiron. Followed up by another one from Chiron. Great work. Matt is doing what he can, but he's eventually eradicated, putting it all on BlameF. This could
Give us
be
another
a second
clutch, Blame.
clutch of the map if he's able to pull this off. The Glock coming through Squeaky. Tap on the defuse. No stick. And there's BlameF now getting away. Getting around the corner. And BlameF draws Sorte right into his waiting arms and gives him the bear hug of death as Fnatic win the pistol.
Beautiful. Both pistols now for Fnatic, although it's still a closer affair than they would like, but that's a beautiful thing to have for your T side. That's a luxury BB Team didn't have despite still putting up a good amount of rounds in the first half, but Fnatic get the nice start. Closing out after some good entries. BB Team brings it back, but BlameF still performing in the late round post-plant situations. 1v3 in the first half, now a 1v2.
Huge impact from BlameF and 2 clutches on this map. Now BB Team are forced down to the eco. No force buy here. It's going to be a P250 for Chiron. Quick play through the ramp. Could overwhelm in theory, but Body's going to handle it well. Double kill on the Mac 10. 2 kills though for the Pistols. Not bad from BB Team. but making sure that BlameF gets some money on that Mac-10, leaving Magnajez outside alone. Magnajez is one of the players picked up from the pugging circles, known at the start of the year for playing with Donk, and was able to sort of rise to the top of the rankings and then the pug circuit, and he found himself a spot on BB team when they required it, and I like it.
Look at you,
Cool
Dinko,
move.
knowledgeable about the pugging scene.
Yeah, it's good to be there. You know, just keep tabs with the next up.
The next generation.
Yeah. But he would often be like in a duo queue with Donk or in a lot of his teams. So always a very exciting player, Magnajez. Obviously not quite at the same level as Donk, but known as his friend, Jason.
Known as his friend.
Yes.
And at the end of the day,
that's all
you
that
know,
really matters, you know?
friendship is the only thing that matters. It's the relationships you form along the way.
Yes, exactly.
Round 15, Fnatic gonna break open the door, and they want to go for an upper bust themselves. This opening round with the Mac-10 body can lead the way, but up on top of the silo, oh, brilliant flashbang. Good trade from BlameF, but nothing else is going their way until Knock comes on in. Siren still fighting for his life. Molotov destroys the pathing of Knock, and quickly it's all down to Crims.
He hasn't been given the easiest clutch, has he, at all here? No utility. It's going to go back down the ramp. Siren with a huge hold off the back of the site, and the bomb down inside of the A-bomb site. Good luck, Crims. There's just really no world in which I see Crims win this. Even the king of clutches historically.
Yeah, he was one of the big early clutch players in CSGO. Gonna hop up and try and wrap around heaven. Does it silently, no mistakes made. Magnajez just gonna clear things out. How deep does he want to clear? Timing's not with him. Timing's not with him at all. Maybe it is. Nope, Crims has got it, but now they know his position.
Look at this setup.
Yeah.
How do you get past that?
I think if you're Crims, okay, so he's gonna try and wrap around. No, I think he just realized he didn't have time. I think he wanted to wrap around towards Mini. Maybe he can give them the indication or the idea that he would, but now he's got to be loud because he just doesn't have the time, and you're never getting through that.
No, that is.
Clear hard left and hard down, that's impossible.
Well, Siren gets his 4K. A huge hold off the bomb site. It's not easy to make it look that easy, but really impactful stuff from Siren off the back. No bomb plant. Fnatic don't have that extra bit of cash that can push them forward, but something that BlameF has done consistently throughout his career is be willing to take that Hero AK-47, and he's definitely found a lot of impact throughout his career as the Hero AK. So there's always a shot when you've got it in his hands. That's all they've got, though. It better be something special as BlameF leads the charge. Well, because of the damage they were able to inflict upon the CT economy towards the end of the round with one extra kill from Crims, you know, if this AK can take a few members down from BB team, it would keep the CT side's economy relatively modest. There isn't a whole lot of residual cash left over right now for BB.
I think the next gun round is going to be everything, right? You kind of have that first gun round where you still have a, you know, a Galil, a Mac-10, you know, the upper bus in some way makes sense because you can be a little bit more fast-paced, but now the next gun round we get to see more of what Fnatic's actual game plan is going to be in terms of slow pace, in terms of what they want to try and exploit, where they think their own strengths lie and where they think the weaknesses in the defense might be. So that next gun round is going to be the important one that gives us an indication of what they can actually do. We'll see if BlameF can get any work done with this Hero AK-47. First kill is his off the trade. Nice job. His whole entire job in this round is to bait his team. Now Body's picked up an AK-47, and there's some space to work with in this lower bomb site, but that control side door, Nafany, a chance to add up plenty of kills.
Plant going in. Crims tries to secure it, but Nafany, lovely double. Stops the plant from going down, makes himself a bit of extra money on top, and an upgrade into an AK-47. So the CT economy It's not damaged. In fact, it is allowed to swell. So for Fnatic, it does mean there's going to be some weaknesses here. BlameF has to go to a Tech 9 because he invested in the AK in the last round.
Bang. Yeah, good patience from Nafany. Good read of the situation. Just waiting deep into that bomb plant.
Oh, this isn't pretty for how important this round is.
No, it's not. 3 Galils, 1 AK-47 on body, but they've got utility. Let's see what they can do.
Zorte's off brings out the back of the carriage. Look at Crims already down the vent. So an explosive play outdoor. He did take damage, but he's got solid positioning.
Chiron's the one who's dropped, so they have an indication. Whether it was just the smoke and they said it's potentially, if it's possible. It has pulled the defender down here, which forces Zorte's op to slide over to ramp room in support. And Crims can't really progress from here. And as we see all the time, you get a player down towards Secret and towards control side, and it's all about how the rest of the team is going to attempt to join up with him. Secret wall erected.
Ooh.
Cross, but not without loss.
MagnaJez. You really are Shakespeare of our time, Jason. Oh, damage done onto Zorte, low on HP. Chiron off the rafters, getting cleared by Knock eventually. And that lower bomb side is now opened up. Plank coming in. Zorte close and Crims. Remember, he got into the vent early. He's been waiting this whole round to do something on B. And Zorte doesn't walk into the open. He wants his teammates and MagnaJez to make the play forward first, but it's all on Crims. 1v3 and 52 health left to do it. Siren, oh, he's got the perfect utility here. Crims has to be forced into the open. Look who's waiting for him. It's Zorte with a scope on his leaving spot. And that'll end up being BB Team, increasing their scoreline to A.
I think he picked that Molotov up as well on the cross into the bomb site. He didn't actually have it in decon.
Very fortunate. Yeah, Fnatic don't have enough to get a good buy again here, so you're likely to see some Tech 9 Kevlar. That'll allow the scoreline to be tied up, unless there's something magical off the back of those. So yeah, taking their final timeout here of regulation. Keto get on the mic. Remember, they used a lot of their timeouts very early on in regulation. Like the first few rounds of the game, Keto got on the mic twice. So if this gets into overtime territory, like right down to the final few moments of regulation, they won't have the choice to call for a timeout.
Look at all this damage. Well done. I tell you what, I mentioned that the very first gun round is going to be an indication of what Fnatic's T side is going to look like and what they can do. It. They haven't sold me quite yet.
That's a good slap as well.
Yeah, they're really good at the high fives.
It's all coming together for BB Team. High fives, round wins. It's looking good. Let's see what this buy looks like for Fnatic. So it's Tech 9s, Mac 10s, and a fast play. Oh, Zorte gets overrun, misses a shot, and now this Mac 10 can unleash hell upon the A defense with the Tech 9s. This is what you have up your sleeve if you go for the upper bust, but MagnaJez again finding some impact in that double, draws it right back, but Chiron makes the solo play forward, and Crims gets down the vent with the bomb. Mattis is waiting, and MagnaJez loves a smoke push, but it fades away, and he walks right into Mattis. Fnatic off the back of Tech 9s and a Mac 10 are able to get the job done and increase their scoreline up to 10 without allowing BB Team to tie it up.
And don't you dare call BlameF an eco hunting baiter, because he led the way. He gets this opening kill, the offer, Zorte never expecting it. Even good damage on Nafany in that upper bomb site. He creates all the space that Fnatic need to slide out, and Mattis is the one who closes it out.
Come on!
And that could be the difference in this game. Remember,
really
BB
could.
Team, they ran an upper bust about 3 times and were never able to get a victory out of it. Fnatic able to steal one away. And look at the money now of BB Team. All of a sudden, Fnatic are right back into it. If they can win this round, BB Team out of funds to fight with. And that's just cranked up the intensity here on Nuke.
It's going to fire up Fnatic as well. You can see the energy that was picked up off the back of winning round like that. And Body, oh, well, they got the opening pick, but Body goes down to the hands of Chiron as he'll slip away back to safety on the lower bomb site. Oh, great maneuver there for Zorte. He got aggressive into the hut early. He held that angle for a very long time, and the patience pays off as Knock walks into the scope. So Fnatic Got to deal with a 3v4 conversion off the... And they had the opening pick. It was a 5v4 in favor of Fnatic. Now 3v4 in their deficit. Sorte. Oh, he's starting to really take over this round.
Yeah, that op has done God's work here. Good rebuttal from Natus, not out of it just yet. Bomb not in control of Fnatic though, and that's the biggest issue for the moment. It's outside over by Redbox. No one's even really close, but this little lurk from BlameF could catch BB Team off guard. I don't think they quite realize exactly. They've never had track of BlameF in this round. But there's only 15 seconds, and this is taking way too long, and now the round is over.
Yeah, time is the issue.
You still have, I mean, with the kills you've gotten in this round, though, you still have their economy at a pretty brittle point.
Counter-terrorists win.
Natus will get an AK-47, same with Body. Crimson Knock will have to drop down to Galils or Tech 9 on Knock, perhaps. But Fnatic not out of the fight just yet. It's the head shake of someone who feels like this T side ain't exactly clicking.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's got to be a pretty flat feeling when you rush the upper bomb side with a half bar, you get a win you weren't expecting, and then the gun round comes out and it doesn't go so well, but a quick commitment into the ramp room. Chiron and BlameF go blow for blow, but Zorte is really starting to get impacted this off now. Body get dead again.
And a double Molotov as well means they can't chuck it through the windows to control the double doors at control side. So now they have to find Nafany.
Bowman is back. Nafany isn't the only player here though, and despite going down, he did a lot of damage, and Crimson needs to get around that corner. BlameF nearly blocked him and sentenced him to death. But BlameF, you gotta favor him in this fight against MagnetJets, but the peaker is always on top. It is MagnetJets to come out on that fight against BlameF. And Knock wins his duel, but it's not looking too good here for Fnatic. Crims is very low on health and stuck behind the double doors with the bomb in his back.
At least he's got the bomb this time,
true.
right? That's one benefit, or one thing they didn't have in the last round. So if he can find a good timing on Siren, which ain't gonna happen because Siren spotted him out, perfect moment, sees the legs, Crims, M4, low HP. Maybe you just want to go challenge the Opper to a certain extent, right? Health doesn't matter. But Zorte's been on point, and actually, I take it back. He's got his USP in hand, and oh, lucky to be alive.
1 HP. And finished off eventually by the USP. 10 to 10. Money in the bin for Fnatic, and suddenly, right at the end, BB Team have jostled for control and grabbed this game. You do not want to be Fnatic in a situation where you lose the BB Team today and you end up in the 1 and 2 bracket of the RMR.
This half has been, I feel like the op of Zorte has had the most important impact for BB Team's defense.
Yeah.
I think Siren had his good triple kill round at the upper bomb site. Nafany had a decent enough double kill at the lower bomb site in a round, but Zorte's op has been there whenever they've needed to get an advantage.
Nice drop.
Yeah, really nice drop. Another opening kill for BlameF. Oh my lord.
Dude! Oh, what is that from Natus? There's still a player on the top pot. They've got to deal with this threat. Siren spots out Body. Can he control this? He's suddenly alone though. All of his teammates go down. And Fnatic, they just need to keep buying pistols, man. They don't need full buys. This is crazy.
Yeah, 2 low buy victories for Fnatic in this half is just soul crushing if you're BB Team when you're looking at having the scoreline advantage, playing a good half so far. And now it's just going to slip away. Natus is P250. Nastier than his mouse pad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that second shot was just pure filth.
That's why the P250 is an S tier weapon in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it is. Just how cheap it is, how much impact you can get from it.
And they want this final AK-47. All 3 Fnatic players coming to hunt it down and take everything away. Been spotted. All it takes is BlameF. Triple kill in the round. And Fnatic just hop out to this 1-round lead, and look at the money of BB Team. And that's That's one thing that you could say. Well, the T side hasn't exactly been, we're never going to say it's been awesome or great for Fnatic, but they've done just enough work to limit the economic growth so that they can have such a harsh punish in this situation. Zorte with no head armor just gets absolutely deleted.
Take call, Alex. That's really good call.
BloomF giving props to Body for the call.
Body's like, man, I didn't know what to call. I just called an upper bust.
Yeah. Good call, man.
Oh, you can't let it slip away if you're Fnatic, though.
No, not again.
No, you can't do this.
You can't have 2 low buy round wins and then lose immediately after.
Like giving yourself all the chances to win it and just not able to close out an actual gun round. 2 rounds, the pistol in the second round. 2 forced by upper bus, but your gun rounds spreading around the map have not been successful whatsoever. That cannot be the way you lose this map.
Zorte could be under a lot of pressure here, and it's only a scout to play with. Oh, eventually he's going to get information. He's going to come back to the... Oh, what? Zorte! Lethal acupuncture to the brains here of Fnatic, and suddenly BloomF and Natus left in a 2 versus 3, and it looks like they are going to let their golden opportunity slip away unless Natus can get involved, and that is a great kill to collect on Nafany. But with 35 seconds left, Zorte still prowling outside, and Fnatic no closer to the bomb site. No bomb on their back. Natus still fighting.
Damn, dude.
Zorte cleared out, and this guy, he is impact. So much impact for Natus as he spins back with a 4K. He keeps Fnatic in the fight and pushes them up to map point.
No reaction as well. He's like, guys, I don't want to have to do this much work. Quad kill to save the day with low health. So nasty from Natus. Back-to-back rounds. He is going to drag them over the finish line.
Great shots from Zorte in this round with a scout at hell.
And they just go to waste.
Yeah, you think that's going to be the one that breaks Fnatic. Then Natus decides, guys, I've just had enough of this. Drags them back in, kicking and screaming. Here's the shots of Zorte. Beautiful stuff.
Oh, what a jiggle.
Oh, that is so well played.
What a jiggle.
Because of his low HP, the body shot of the scout obviously would have eradicated him.
And I feel like this is the best buy Fnatic have had all half.
Yeah, and look at the buy again here for BB Team. This is what they can muster to try and survive. Fnatic have given themselves the perfect circumstances to try and close out this map versus BB Team.
Oh, Body, you scare me. You scare me.
Oh my god, Body walks right through Magnichez, who's looking into the corner. And now the commitment into the upper bomb site goes. Siren on the 5-7. There's still life in BB Team yet. Crim's trying to fight forward. Bomb to be picked up again. It's chaos inside of the upper bomb site, but it's BB Team that thrive in that very chaos. 11 rounds. This T site is not comfortable. It is not convincing from Fnatic, and they had the perfect opportunity to close. Now there is an opportunity for overtime for BB Team.
Nah, this is the perfect opportunity to close because they're going to have Tech 9s. They're going to have like a low buy, right? Like they're going to have P250s.
You're right. Oh my god.
You even get the opening kill in the round.
Come
You're
on.
Just so dedicated to a very fast, play out hut off of that opening kill from Body. Plenty of time left in the round to play it slow with those AK-47s, and they just play right into the hands of BB Team's low investment.
Natus, the man for Fnatic. He charges out into the ramp room, dives down. But already, BB Team want nothing to do with that. They've got 2 players on lower, though, already rotated.
Problem is there's not a whole lot of utility for Fnatic. They have to choose. Yeah, they smoke off Decon. Off angle, good trade from that Tech 9.
Yeah, great work from Crims. Remember, the second player down here on the bomb site, they haven't figured out where he is. But with that smoke down in the site, they can commit to the plant. And Fnatic can play this post plant in a 4v3. And perhaps you're right, Jason. Perhaps this is the best opportunity now for Fnatic to close with Tech 9s in hand and AK-47s on a few. The bomb site is held. Crim steps up with a headshot on Magnichez. And this game feels super frustrating for BB Team, but it's not over yet. Crims to fall, 2v3 as they attempt this retake. They're still trying to get back in. They must go for it. And knock on the Raptors to Tech9 begins its fight, and Nafany caught looking the wrong way. Siren will fall last, and Fnatic take a 13-11 victory in what is a brawl in that second half.
Oh, great high fives. Look at that. All 5 players, even the coach.